Hello, chat-about. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about a hotel that I stayed in with my good lady a couple of nights ago. Now, the hotel is just on the outskirts of Chester, in an area called Rowton, and the hotel's name is the Poplars Hotel. You can find it on Whitchurch Road, Rowton, Chester, and the postcode for it is CH36AF. I'll put a map on the screen. As I say, it's just on the outskirts of Chester. Chester Airport, there is such a place, is 4 miles away. And Liverpool St John Airport is only 11 miles away. It's about an 8-minute drive to get into the city. 5 minutes maybe to get onto the motorways if you're going, either way into North Wales or back towards Manchester and Liverpool. So very handy. We stayed there basically because we was doing a British Legion event in Manchester and just thought we'd break the journey up a little bit. Not that it's far, just fancy treating ourselves to a night out really. So I hunted on hotels.com and came up with lots of hotels in the area, £100, £120, I think one was £300. And then I spotted this Rowton Poplars Hotel for £35. And I thought, well, what can you expect for £35? It's going to be a dive. But the pictures actually looked okay, and there was lots of good reviews. So booked it, I did, £35 on a motorbike we got, and we headed towards Rowton in Chester. Place is very, very easy to find, very easy indeed. Sat-nav takes you straight to it, and if it doesn't, there's a petrol station next door. But it is very, very simple to find. If you're on Whitchurch Road heading towards Chester, you'll come across it. It's very, very simple to find. What can you expect for £35 then? I mean, we've stayed in some rooms for £80, £100, £120, and to be honest, they've been a shithole. Dirty, things broken, all kinds of problems. So for £35, I expected a shithole, to be honest. And a shithole isn't what we got. It had its problems, which I'll come across, which I'll mention, but on the whole, it was very, very good. What do they say about their hotel? Well, on their website, which I'll show you in a moment, it says that they are a small, independent, family-run hotel with 14 beautifully decorated and comfy rooms, Sunday carvery, food served all day, big breakfasts and brunches, bistro nights, live music, 2-for-1 cocktails, local ales, beers and gins. They forget to mention whiskey. They did have some good whiskey there. Anyway, so that's what they say about their hotel. So this is their website. Welcome to the Rowton Poplars, pub with rooms in rural Cheshire. It's rural-ish there. Certainly a view out the back window is anyway. So let's have a look through the website, scrolling up, food and drink. Here at the Poplars we are serving fresh food, quality drinks and relaxed and friendly environment. I can't disagree with that. This can be enjoyed in our bar and restaurant, extensive beer gardens and our quirky dining facilities, the bubble barns and the wigwams. They have outside got wigwams, believe it or not, and what they call bubble barns, which is like small pod type things. I've got to say the food was very, very nice, as they indicate it is. Chefs have put a lot of thought into creating delicious dishes and menus. So just have a very quick look at the menus. There's the menus. All day breakfast is starting from $9.90 for full English, $8.90 vegetarian. This is as of November 2023, by the way. Various other things there: big plate meals, small plate meals, bits and bobs, puddings, tea and coffee. Quite a good bar menu, as you can see there. So let's have a look at a price of a pint of beer. Is that on there? Yeah. So pint of Budweiser, a full pint, £4.80. Guinness, £5.20. Whiskies, Talisker, for instance, £4.60 for a single. There you go. So that's their menu anyway. So continuing down, they've got Christmas menu on. I'm not going to look at that because I won't be going there for Christmas. They do food delivery and pickup as well, from 12 till 6 apparently. I don't know who delivers it, but there is a phone number there, 01244 335 901, where you can book from. It says roast and other dishes on the day from 10 a.m, or you can order during the week. For orders over £30, we deliver to Rowton, Waverton, Christleton, Littleton, Hungerton, Vickers Cross, Broughton, Hull, Tattenhall, Sawton, Hargrave, Huxley, Guildon, Sutton and Upton, so local area really. What's on the pops? All day brunch. This is their kind of what's happening, thing. 2 cocktails for £12, served every day 5 till 7. Sunday carvery they do there, 1 course £15, 2 for 20, 3 for 25, and various other things. Keeping it local, it says here, it's important to us to support other local business, so all of our ingredients are purchased from local suppliers, which is great. Starting the day with Egg Benedict. The eggs are laid on an orchard farm just across the road. Fancy a pint? Our real ale is from the microbrewery Spitting Feathers, brewed only a few doors down. We don't support them because they're local, we support them because they're the best at what we do, which is great. I like that statement. Then it talks about their beer gardens and bubble barns. Well, it was it wasn't piddling down when we were there, but it was cold, so we didn't go and venture the beer gardens. But they've got wigwams and things there, and what they call bubble barns. Here's the bubble barns, which are basically a barn with a table in it that you can have little small gatherings and parties. You can picture of it here inside. And wigwams, and the same thing. I think you can fit. Each one contains 3 tables of 6 in the wigwams, so there you go. And the barns, so that's 18 people, and in the bubble barns you can house 6 people. They do have functions and events going on. It tells you here that to book for a better rate, email them or phone them. And then it talks a bit about their rooms. Importantly, that they do have dog-friendly rooms, which is quite good. A little bit about the Chester area, what there is in the Chester area, such as Cheshire Oats, Chester Zoo, and lots of things going on. Tattenhall Ice Cream Farm and various activities and places you can visit. Talks a little bit about safety, and that's it. That's their website. So, very nice website. Let's have a look and see very, very briefly at what TripAdvisor says. So on TripAdvisor, they are rated, let's get past all this booking rubbish here. So on TripAdvisor, they have got 235 reviews. Let's have a look. 4.5 excellent is the general feedback. It says that they've got free parking, Wi-Fi, coffee shop. It's a non-smoking hotel, although there are ashtrays outside on the walls, so there's no need to throw cigarette ends around all over the place. High-speed internet, bar lounge, high chairs available, outdoor furniture. The rooms feature blackout curtains, clothes racks, cable and satellite TV, bath and shower, housekeeping, private bathrooms, flat screen TV and complimentary toiletries. It's a 2-star hotel. There's a map about it here and what's nearby. Nearby attractions: Chester Zoo, Escapism Chester, Breakout Chester, Treasure Hunt Chester, and lots of other things. Sorry, I'm just getting a cup of coffee. Thank you, love. So a very, very quick look at reviews. They all seem quite good. This person here is saying that this was their 3rd stay in the hotel. That is very nice, close to Chester Zoo. And as you can see, if I just scroll through, there are lots of excellents and very goods. There are a few not so good ones, and I'll I'm not going to read them. I will give you my opinions when I give you my review. Then look at hotels.com. Hotels.com is where I booked it, and these are the pictures here that I looked at when I booked it. It gives you very much the same information as TripAdvisor. I did notice I paid £35 if I was to book it to go on the 24th of November, which is about 2 weeks' time. It would be £80 for the same room. So the room prices do fluctuate. So shop around on hotels.com or phone them to get the best deal. It tells you that other places you might like are the Crown Plaza, which is £220 a night. Holiday Inn Ellesmere Port, 101. Holiday Inn Chester South, 103. So as you can see, even at £80, it's a good value in comparison to a lot of these other hotels. Moxie Chester, 140. It tells you that University of Chester is 7 minutes drive, City Wall Chester 7 minutes, Chester Zoo 8, the Racecourse 8, Chester Cathedral 8 minutes, so everything's close by. Then it tells you about they allow children, they allow dogs, yay! Anyway, I'll probably get lovely comments on that, but anyway. And then it goes on about their hygiene policies and things like that. Well, let's have a look at their reviews. I think are generally quite good. Here is their guest reviews. Out of 252, 156 are giving it 10, exceptional. 77 very good, 15 good, 3 fair, and 1 poor. As you can see, exceptional, very good, very good, exceptional. Well, I can only tell you about the rooms that I stayed in. So that's what I'll do. I'll get rid of this now, and I'll tell you what I thought of it and show you some photos. Okay, so what I liked about it was that it's a cheap accommodation. £35, you don't get much for £35 to be honest, and it's probably the cheapest hotel I've stayed in for a long time, and for the price, one of the best. It was mostly very clean. I won't say it's very clean. I won't say it was spotless, because it wasn't, and I'll explain why shortly. But it was mostly very clean. One thing I did like about it is we turned up on a motorcycle, all dressed up in our biker leathers with cuts on, the British Legion Riders branch cuts. And some hotels, when you turn up dressed up in all your leather gear, helmet in hand, big bags from the panniers in your hands, they give you a look. I believe some hotels do turn bikers away, so I'm told. I've never experienced that, but certainly you do get that, oh my God, these bikers look when you walk in. We didn't get that. We had a very, very warm welcome, booked in very quickly, given our keys very quickly, so that was superb. The rooms and the hotel atmosphere itself is very warm and cosy. The radiators weren't on in the bedroom when we went up, and my good lady complained it was slightly chilly. I thought it was fine. Downstairs was warm, the radiators were on, and it was very warm and cosy, to my mind anyway. Very conveniently located, only about 5 to 10 minutes away from the motorways, 8 minutes away from the city, right on the main road, not hard to find at all. They do have a very large car park there, which is like crush and run. It's not tarmac, it is crush and runs. If you're on a motorcycle, worth taking a puck so your side stand doesn't sink into the ground. Although I didn't use one with the Gold Wing, which is a heavy bike, and it was fine, didn't fall over, thankfully. One of the good things about it, although we didn't take our dog, it is dog friendly. The food was very, very good. My good lady had halloumi fries with a sweet chilli sauce, which she said was very, very nice. There wasn't much of it, and I believe it was £7 or £8. I had dirty fries. Oh, they were glorious. They're the best dirty fries I've ever had, ever. The cheese wasn't this gopping cheese that's just like a lump of rubber and tastes of sod all that you get from a lot of kebab shops and takeaways and even restaurants, like tasteless rubber. It was a nice mature cheese, and there was plenty of it over the fries. It was smoked bacon. It wasn't greasy and gristly. It was as dirty fries should be. It was nice and crispy. There was onions in there which were tasty. Plenty of sauce, plenty of chips, and I think that was about £7 or £8 too. But it was very, very nice. I could have eaten it again. We opted not to have a big meal. We opted to have a snack meal, bar kind of meal, which they were very accommodating with, and it was really, really nice. I'm not sure £7 or £8 dearer or not for halloumi fries, and the same again for dirty fries, but hey, you go do your takeaway, you pay £20 odd sometimes for a burger and chips for two people. So overall, and we did have, both had a fruit and apple crumble as well with custard, and that was glorious. It certainly wasn't something that they'd bought in from Tesco's or somewhere. It was homemade, and it was absolutely. It could have been a little bit more crumbly. I'm just being picky now. It was really, really good, very, very tasty, and plenty of it as well. None of these little stupid portions where you look at it and think, how am I supposed to live on that? It was very good. I can't remember the price of the pudding now. I think that was about £7 or £8 anyway, but it was superb and highly recommended. Another good thing about it was we went in, ordered our food, had a drink, and before we finished the drink, the food was there, served to our table. There was only one other couple in there. What it would be like if it was busy, how quick the service would be, I wouldn't like to hazard a guess, but certainly from my experience, it was quick. In the rooms, the rooms are, again, cosy, small. They're not tiny, but they are fairly small. The room we was in was room number 8, which is on the top floor. And it's obviously converted from an attic, so there are sloping ceilings and stuff, and so don't bang your head, as I did a few times. Anyway, just be careful in the rooms. There are some good points about it. There was tea, coffee, hot chocolate, although there's only one hot chocolate. Bear that in mind, please, next time. I like my hot chocolate. There was shampoo, shower gel, in the rooms, nice, fresh, clean towels, more than one bog roll, because some places you go, they give you a one part used bog roll, and you think, oh, well, what if I want a crap in the night and I've only got a little tiny bit of bog roll? Anyway, there's plenty of it, so that was good. TV in the room, although it wasn't the biggest TV in the world, it was enough for the size of the room. Across good things again, close to Chester, city centre, the motorways and the zoo. In the bar, there's if you like a drink and you like a quality drink, there's plenty of real ales in there. Loads of whiskies. I love my whiskey, and they had quite a lot of good whiskies. Vodkas and things like that, all well stocked. And I think about right priced for a pub hotel. Another good thing I liked about it is it's on the main road, and right next door to it is a 24-hour petrol station. So if you wake up in the night and you're gagging for a tin of pop or a packet of crisps or a packet of cigarettes or whatever, there's a 24-hour petrol station next door with obviously selling things you normally can get from petrol stations other than petrol. The bed itself was a double, which I'm used to a king size, but it wasn't tiny. It was okay. The sheets and everything, the pillows were nice and clean, fresh, and the bed was comfy. I did actually sleep reasonably well. I did get up once in the night, I think, but I slept reasonably well for me. I don't sleep very well anyway, so I like the bed. As I said, be careful of low headroom in some of the rooms. Certainly some of the rooms up on the top floor that are converted from the attic, There is low headroom, and I did bang my bonds a few times. Didn't knock any sense in though, so there you go. But just be careful. And when you go in the room, there is in the pictures on the website I noticed there's flowers. We didn't have flowers. We would like flowers. Anyway, but there was fancy folded towels, and even the toilet roll was fancy folded. Now I've been to some really posh hotels, and they don't fancy fold the toilet rolls, so that's good. What was it? Maybe there's a downside to that as well. So that's the good things that I liked about it. There's probably more if I sat for around 3 or 4 hours jotting them down. But off the top of my head, that's the good things. What about the bad things? Was there any bad things? Yes, unfortunately there was. Because of the size of the room and the way the bed's located, there was only one bedside table, which meant for my lovely lady Diane, she had nowhere to put her phone or a drink or anything by the side of the bed other than on the floor. So if the bed had been moved over just a tinsy bit more, I would have banged my head more getting in and out because it was under the sloping roof, but she could have had a bedside table. Or maybe there's another way of laying it out. I don't know. They ought to look at it. There were no sockets, power sockets, close to the bed. Now, that, in my mind, in this day and age, that is a big fail because everybody has mobile phones. They like to have their mobile phone by the bed because most people use it as an alarm clock. Most people like to have a look at the phone at night and check messages before they shut their eyes. And so there should be some sockets close to the bed. There was one on my side of the bed, which was perhaps maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters away. Well, most people's mobile phone charging cables don't stretch that far, so it'd be nice to have thought about it a little bit and had some sockets closer to the beds. In the bathroom, which was generally fairly tidy and clean, they'd obviously at some stage replaced the toilet pan, and where the old one had been in the flooring, in the liner or whatever it is, the new one was smaller, and they'd just left kind of a gap around it, which, although it didn't affect its use, and I didn't notice it till I was actually in the bath. It's just a minor detail that would be so easy just to fill that and slap a bit of coloured paint over it or something, or brown silicone, and it would have made it look a lot tidier. The mirror on the wall, mirror on the wall, who's the ugliest of them all. The mirror, the bottom of it is decaying where it's become water damaged. Again, 2-minute job, unscrew the mirror, stick a new one on there, or put some kind of a fancy frame around it or something to hide it if they don't want to do that. But you walk into a nice clean bathroom and the first thing you see is a decaying mirror. It kind of ruins the whole thing. The worst thing I thought, totally, for my stay, was when I ran the bath and jumped in the bath. Well, before I jumped in it, I rolled the roller blind down, and this is what I found. Dead flies stuck onto the roller blind. Really, really not acceptable, dead flies, is it? That really kind of, as happy as you were with the stay and the price, when you get dead flies on your roller blind, it's a bit of a bummer. The other little things are, there's a tiny bin in the toilet. You put a little bit of tissue paper in, it's full, could do with a little bit of a bigger bin. One of the big things I noticed, and I did notice it myself, but it didn't ruin my stay, but I have read a lot of comments on the TripAdvisor and the hotels.com where people complain that it's a very noisy night. You're right on a main road. Obviously the road surface isn't as good as it could be perhaps, and heavy HGVs use that route, and as they're trundling down the road they make some horrible banging noises with the trailers in the ruts in the road. And I noticed in the night I woke up by the cups on the little tray with the coffee and tea rattling, and it was because of the vibration of the trucks banging on the road It made the whole place shake slightly. I'm told that in some of the rooms, although we didn't have any in our rooms, we were a back room, maybe only in the front rooms, they do provide earplugs because it can get that loud. I wouldn't have said it was that noisy in the room I was in, but there certainly wasn't evidence of vibration. The stairs themselves going from the entrance up to the top floor where we were are fairly narrow and fairly steep. I did struggle a little bit, being an old fart and with big motorcycle boots on, but we managed it. It wasn't unusable. But if you are disabled in any way, shape or form, unable to climb steps, I strongly suggest before you book that you contact the hotel and ask for a lower room rather than climbing all the way to the top. But it isn't terrible. One thing I found was a bit strange. When we got there, I think we got there about 7:15, we were told that they don't produce food after 8 o'clock, and if you want food you need to book by 7:45, even if you're a resident. I think they serve from something like 10 in the morning breakfast, or 8 in the morning, so 8 o'clock at night. That's it. After that it's just eat, or next door to the petrol station or something like that. The bar, this is bizarrely, I've never been to a place where the bar closes at 10 o'clock, even for residents. So if you're going to go and stay there and you want a drink, 10 o'clock, bar shuts. They lock the bar area at 10:30. So after that, you've got a front door key, it's out the front door, but you can't sit talking to friends or anything in the bar because they lock it up. There is guest access Wi-Fi, and there's a thing up in the bedroom that tells you all about it, but I couldn't access it in the room I was in. My phone just, the little thing that spins round, just span round and round and round and round and round and round, but I didn't get any internet. But I did get 5G there from my provider anyway, my mobile phone provider, so not terrible. There isn't any wardrobes or anything like that in the room. Very little storage space or hanging space. There is like a fabric wardrobe with little compartments but no doors, like a fabric hanging thing where you could put socks and shoes and things, but other than that there's nowhere really to put clothing. Again, behind where the TV was there's a big space. I'm sure they could have rearranged the room and provided something. So what's my overall verdict? Well, I've got to say, if it was more expensive, then you could and you should expect better. It's not perfect by any means, but it is very good. I've stayed in, as I say, hotels a lot more expensive that were nowhere near as good. So when you look at that in perspective, you're paying £120 for a room and there's lots of faults and dirty and things hanging off. One case was a place I stayed in Wrexham, which was a hovel, and I think that was about £120. It actually makes this place very good value for money and very good. The food was delicious, hot, served very quickly, so all good really. What I would say is that it requires more attention to small details. For instance, if you've got time to fancy, or if the hotel staff have got time to fold up the towels all fancy and fold up the toilet rolls all fancy, which is lovely, but if they've got time to do that, why haven't they got time to clean the dead flies off of the blinds? Beggar's belief, really. I'd rather have not folded toilet roll, use an ordinary toilet roll, but a clean roller blind. A little bit more attention to detail, I think. But other than that, very, very good. So, unveiling my new chat about ratings, what would I rate it? Out of 5. Again, given the price, I'd give it a 5. Definitely. If you can book it for £30, £60 or even £80 a night, it's a fantastic hotel and highly recommended. So, that's my review. Don't forget to like, follow, and all whatever it is else you've got to do. This thing down here will tell you, or wherever it is down here will tell you what you've got to do, please. I do very much appreciate it. And of course, comment as well. I'd like to know what you think of the hotel and what you think of my review, even if it's rubbish. So that's it for now, folks. Bye for now. Take care.